Your person is entering a powerful new phase in their journey, one marked by empowerment and a deepening sense of inner stability. Although they still don't have all the answers and continue to carry emotional wounds that haven't fully healed, they now have a clear vision of what they truly desire in their life. For the first time in a long while, they are grounded in purpose. The confusion that once clouded their judgment is giving way to clarity. They are beginning to recognize what truly matters, and that is you. Their heart and soul are expanding, especially on a spiritual level, and this awakening is bringing them closer to their authentic self. Despite the residual pain and unanswered questions that remain, they are embracing the path ahead with more conviction than ever before. What once seemed like impossible choices or overwhelming emotions are now becoming manageable, even illuminating. They understand now that much of what they previously chased, validation, attention, fleeting pleasures, was only momentary satisfaction. It could never truly fulfill them. In contrast, the connection they share with you touches the deepest parts of their being. It's spiritual. It's grounding. It's irreplaceable. They can no longer deny this truth. Where once they may have turned away, dismissed their feelings, or justified their actions with excuses, they now stand face to face with the reality of their love for you. The universe has made it impossible to ignore. Every sign, synchronicity, and intuitive nudge points directly to you. It's as if life itself is guiding them back to where their heart truly belongs. On your side, you remain hopeful. You desire fairness, honesty, and perhaps a renewed beginning in this connection. That longing comes from a place of love, but also from the need to finally feel seen, respected, and honored. For many of you, there's still some heaviness you're carrying, past hurts, unresolved resentment, or protective walls built in response to the pain you've endured. It's understandable. You've been through a lot. But the universe is encouraging you to release that baggage, not for their sake, but for your own peace and emotional freedom. Whether you are consciously aware of it or not, some part of your heart may still be holding on to these wounds. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened, it means making space for healing, truth, and possibly reconciliation. Your person is becoming increasingly aware of the pain they caused you. They are beginning to reflect deeply on how their actions, particularly ghosting you or pulling away without explanation, left you feeling abandoned and confused. These realizations are hitting them hard. They see now how their refusal to take accountability and their tendency to let others influence their choices created distance, distrust, and disconnection between you. These weren't just small missteps, they were moments that sabotaged your bond and blocked the growth you both deserved. They're also beginning to understand the depth of their emotional denial. In the past, they may have pushed you away or invalidated their own feelings out of fear, pride, or unresolved trauma. They sought temporary distractions or leaned on other people, using them to fill the void instead of facing what was truly going on within. They may have gaslighted you, blamed circumstances, or rationalized their behavior in ways that shielded them from responsibility. But now, the universe is confronting them with all they tried to suppress. Flashbacks, dreams, memories, everything they once tried to forget is resurfacing, demanding to be acknowledged. These realizations are not just intellectual, they are emotional, visceral, and deeply transformative. Your person is beginning to trace the roots of their behavior back to a toxic and unstable environment where they spent most of their formative years. This environment may have instilled limiting beliefs, emotional defenses, and survival patterns that kept them from experiencing real love and intimacy. For a long time, they didn't even know they were acting out of fear. But now, things are different. It's as if a veil has lifted. they're starting to see how those old patterns no longer serve them, and never did. What used to feel like self-protection now feels like self-sabotage. They are slowly breaking free from the emotional conditioning that once held them back. And with that, a new intention is forming. They are determined to heal, to grow, and to build a life rooted in love, peace, and emotional authenticity. Most importantly, they want to build that life with you. You represent their vision of ultimate happiness, their 10 of Cups. It's not just about romantic love, it's about emotional fulfillment, spiritual alignment, and shared purpose. You are the person who has always seen them for who they truly are, even when they couldn't see it themselves. Now, they're beginning to understand your value, not just in words, but in their soul. This journey isn't over, and healing is rarely a straight path. But what matters most is that your person is waking up to the truth, facing their past, and choosing to step into a future with clarity and intention. Whether or not you choose to accept them back into your life is up to you, but know this, they are changing, and they now know what they stand to lose if they don't honor this connection. Our journey has been one of discovery, growth, and profound transformation. From the very beginning, life has taken us along a winding path filled with unexpected turns. We have encountered moments of joy and moments of hardship, yet through every high and low, one truth has remained unshakable: our love. It has been the steady flame that refuses to go out, no matter how strong the winds of challenge may blow. We have walked through storms and stood beneath skies of doubt, but in each other's presence, we find something sacred, solace and strength that words cannot fully capture. There is a quiet peace that settles in when we're together, even when life around us feels uncertain. You are my safe haven, my grounding force, the soul that speaks to mine in a way that transcends logic. Our connection is not merely physical, it is soul deep. It goes beyond the material world, beyond the surface of daily interaction. Our souls communicate in a language that defies ordinary comprehension. There are moments when no words are exchanged, yet entire conversations happen between us. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions seem to flow effortlessly in a silent rhythm, as though we're dancing in an invisible realm where only we exist. The smallest gestures, a glance, a touch, even the energy in the room, can say more than paragraphs ever could. It feels like telepathy, like an ancient connection that existed long before we met in this lifetime. Together, we've navigated the ebb and flow of life, learning not only about each other but also about ourselves. We've celebrated joy, shared laughter, and basked in moments of bliss so pure they felt timeless. At the same time, we've faced sorrow, confusion, and painful growth that tested us in ways we never anticipated. But even in our most difficult moments, our love has remained a constant, unwavering force. It is the lighthouse that has always led us back to each other, again and again. We've come to understand the depth and power of unconditional love. This love does not seek perfection or demand change. Instead, it embraces the whole of who we are. It sees the shadow and the light and says, "You are still worthy." We've witnessed the beauty in each other's flaws, in the scars we carry and the lessons we've had to learn. We've celebrated our differences and honored the unique journey that brought us here, to this moment of mutual understanding and acceptance. In this sacred union, we have become each other's greatest teachers. Through our interactions, we mirror aspects of ourselves that cry out for healing, expansion, and evolution. You've shown me pieces of myself I couldn't see on my own. And I know I've done the same for you. This relationship has never been just about comfort, it's been about growth. About facing the hard truths and holding space for one another to become better, wiser, and more whole. In the space we've created together, there is room for mistakes, for forgiveness, for vulnerability, and for real transformation. Yet, let's not deny the reality of the pain we've endured. There have been times when the intensity of our connection felt overwhelming, when we both considered walking away, severing the bond to spare ourselves further heartache. We tried to disconnect, to escape the emotions that seemed too heavy to carry. But no matter how far we tried to run, the truth remained: our connection doesn't weaken with distance or time. It is something eternal, something that cannot be undone by fear or uncertainty. Through it all, I've come to a deeper realization: you are incredibly valuable. You are enough, as you are, with all your light and all your complexity. You deserve to be seen, heard, and cherished in every moment. You are worthy of love that lifts you up, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. You are worthy of being treated like the empress that you are, graceful, strong, radiant, and deserving of deep, unwavering devotion. Our love is not ordinary. It is not bound by timelines or expectations. It is a love that exists outside the limits of what most people ever experience. And because of that, it requires us to rise, again and again, to a higher version of ourselves. It asks for patience, for truth, for compassion, and for courage. And I believe, with all my heart, that we are capable of answering that call. So as we continue this journey, wherever it leads, I want you to know that I choose you. Not just when things are beautiful, but when they are hard and messy. I choose you in your wholeness, in your depth, in your silence, and in your strength. I choose us, and I believe in what we're building. We are not perfect, but we are real. And in that realness, there is something extraordinary. You are loved, fully, fiercely, and without condition. The storm has already come and gone, tearing through everything that wasn't strong enough to withstand it. The things that were not grounded, the parts of me and of life that were weak or uncertain, they've been swept away. Now, finally, the dust has settled. I can see clearly again. And in this newfound clarity, I feel something powerful stirring inside me, an undeniable pull. It's like the universe itself is gently, yet firmly, pushing me toward one path, the path that leads back to you. For a long time, I've carried the urge to reach out to you. It's been sitting in my chest, sometimes as a whisper, sometimes as a roar. But I held back. I let fear hold the reins, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, fear of what might happen if I poured my heart out and it wasn't received the way I hoped. That fear, though, has lost its grip on me. I've grown. I've healed parts of myself I didn't even know were wounded. I now know what you are to me. I understand the depth of this connection we share and where it could take me if I allow myself to follow it fully. What I don't know, what still confuses and scares me, is where you stand. We haven't spoken in what feels like forever. That silence has created a void, one I've tried to fill with distractions, with work, with friends, with anything that might dull the ache of your absence. But nothing fills that space the way you once did. I don't know how you feel now. I don't know if you still think about me, if you still wonder what could have been, or if you've simply closed that chapter and moved on. Do you still want me to take a step toward rebuilding what we once had? Do you still believe in us, even just a little? Or has the time apart hardened your heart to the point where there's no space left for me? I'm not asking these questions to pressure you. I'm asking because I need to understand whether there's even a door still open for me to walk through. What's different now is that I finally feel ready. I'm no longer second-guessing myself or holding on to the baggage that kept me stuck before. I feel confident enough to reach out, to be vulnerable, to show up for you in a way that's real and consistent. But the one thing that's stopping me, the one thing causing an internal conflict, is the possibility that you no longer want me in your life. I've been observing from afar, in silence. And from what I can sense, you seem to be doing well. It appears you've found peace, or at least a rhythm in your life that doesn't include me. Maybe you've outgrown what we had. Maybe my absence hasn't caused you the same kind of ache that your absence has caused me. And that thought, it breaks something inside me. Because no matter how much time passes, no matter how much I try to adjust, there's still a part of me that feels emotionally hollow without you. You were never just someone I loved, you were my biggest lesson, my mirror, my reminder of what it means to feel deeply and truly. And if I'm being completely honest, winning back my queen has become the central focus of my life. Every decision I make, every step I take, it's all been guiding me back to you. But I also know that love can't be forced. It has to be mutual, nurtured, and freely chosen. So here I am, heart in hand, asking you for one thing, a moment of honesty and openness. I ask that you release the burdens you've been carrying, those doubts, those past hurts, the fear that may be clouding your judgment. Let go of the pain, and allow yourself to feel what's possible now. I'm not asking you to forget everything that happened, nor am I pretending that everything was perfect. But what I am saying is that we have a chance, right now, for a new beginning. Let's not carry the old versions of ourselves into this new chapter. Let's step forward with clarity, with truth, and with a willingness to grow together. The foundation might be cracked, but it's still there. And if you're willing, I'm ready to rebuild, with love, with patience, and with everything I've learned in our time apart. No matter your answer, I want you to know that you've always had a sacred space in my heart. That hasn't changed. I just hope that somewhere deep down, even after all this time, you still carry a piece of me too.